What's up, YouTube family? Justin's the plug here. Y'all know what we do. I just sell couches, so I don't got to get a real job. Now, that has been getting a lot of people up in arms. It's got my supporters wondering why I keep saying that. They think I'm working extremely hard and they're proud of me, and they think I'm underselling myself. And it's got the haters basically saying, "Oh, you working harder than me. Oh, you doing this, and that. I would never do that, whatever." So I'm gonna break that down for y'all today, and I'm also gonna break down a little bit about myself, give you guys a little bit about my background, how I got into couch flipping, and where I'm at with it today. So to start, I'm gonna break down why I say I don't have a real job. So growing up, I've always been an extremely hard worker ever since I was a kid, right? From the fourth grade, I used to sweep up hair in the barbershop every day after school. I've been getting to the money since I was a young boy. It's in me, not on me, right? So ever since then, I've just been building an extremely good work ethic, and it's just translated into, today. So from the point of working in the barbershop later into life, when I got into high school, I had a job. I always worked at Quick Check. Anyone who's on the East Coast probably knows what Quick Check is. It's like a Wawa or a Sheets, depending on if you're in the South. It's basically just a convenience store. I started working there from when I was a sophomore in high school up until I graduated college and my first year out of college. Another part of my background, I have a finance degree from Rutgers University. And what I mean by I don't have a real job is because I'm so used to always having a job that to me, what I'm doing today, it's not actually having a job. Me personally, the reason that I don't utilize my finance degree, realistically, I could be working at Goldman Sachs, being a stockbroker or an investment banker. If that's really what I wanted to do, I could do that. But I don't want to do that. Why? Because I don't want a real job. I don't want a 9 to 5. I don't want a boss. I don't want a security. I don't want a stable paycheck. I don't want any of that. I don't want to be told when I got to wake up or when I got to go home. I don't want to ask for PTO. I don't want none of that. Right? So to me, that's having a real job. That's why I say I sell couches so I don't have to get a real job. That's what I mean by that, right? It doesn't mean that I don't think that I'm working hard. It doesn't mean that I don't think that what I'm doing is not valuable to the world, or that I'm not making money. I'm not doing anything if I'm not making money, honestly. Some things I would do if I'm not making money, but this specifically, I would not be doing it if I wasn't making money. But yeah, so that's what I mean when I say I don't want a real job. So I appreciate all my supporters for trying to up me and tell me that I do have a real job. When I respond and say I don't have a real job, that's what I mean by that. But on to other things, right? This is how I got into couch flipping, right? I basically, from my high school years to my college years, I was always working and just stacking money, right? Working, stacking money. When I was in college, I worked 2 jobs and I was just stacking money. And I paid off my entire college by the time I got out of my first year of college. I paid that off, all my student loan debt, because I was focused and I was stacking. I wasn't really wasting time. I wasn't really doing too much. I didn't really go out a lot. Um, I was just working, making money, and hustling. That's it. So by the time that I got out of college, I had a good amount of money saved. And like I said, I was working at Quick Check, right? So I was working at Quick Check in the stores. I was working there from my sophomore year of high school to my first year out of college. For the whole time that I was in college, I was working in the stores, like um, I was in operations. So I was a cashier, I was a shift manager, and I would do that, right? So when I got to my senior year in college, I got an internship and I was working in our corporate office. So I got internship in our corporate office and I was working in our accounting department. So when I graduated, I started working there in our corporate office full time. And yeah, for my first year of college, out of college, I was working there. From there, I was introduced to sports cards. People always think I say cars. No, cards. CARDS, right? A friend of mine I went to college with, he was doing this while we were in college and he was making money. So I don't know if any of you guys know who Gary Vee is, but Gary Vee was talking about a huge opportunity with sports cards, and this was right before COVID. So at this point in time, I had money saved and I was working, and I was like, all right, I want to make some extra side income. I've always had entrepreneurial spirit. I used to resell sneakers and resell a bunch of other things. So I was like, okay, let me get my hand in this. So I tried it out and I made more money than I did in a whole year at my job in like 3 months buying and selling sports cards. So from there, I quit that job. I put my 2 weeks in and I never looked back. That was in 2020, August of 2020, maybe September. I haven't worked a job since then. So from there, of quitting that job and beginning my entrepreneurial journey, I had tons of ups, tons of downs. This is probably like my fifth or sixth business. At one point, I had a rental car business. I had 6 vehicles. I was renting them on Turo. I was doing that for a while. I had an e-commerce store on Walmart. I was doing that. Um, I started learning about stocks. I was always into stocks. If y'all see my previous video, I talked about how I got into AMC. This is how I got into couch flipping. I got into AMC. I blew up and I made a ton of money. I made over $100,000 on AMC stock from my sports cards money. Right, I had about 40 grand. I went all in. I put 40 grand in the AMC stock, and it went up to at one point a high of like 200K. I cashed out around $160,000. So from there, after cashing that out, I'm on top of the world, right? I'm a young black man. I just made 6 figures trading stocks. You can't tell me nothing at this point, right? So from there, I'm like, okay, I want to do stocks full time. This is where I'm at. So I got a stock mentor. I started learning stocks and learning how to trade options, right? That's where things went wrong. Basically, I lost all the money. I had some success. I made a lot of money from trading, but then I lost all the money, right? So after losing all the money that I had just made, I probably had like 40. I was back to where I started. I had like $40,000 again. I basically lost all the money that I made from AMC stock. I was back down to $40,000, and I was slightly depressed. I probably for a little bit I was depressed for sure. You know, you just made all that money, then you lose it just like that. And the same reason that I got the money, which was the gift that God gave me, He gave me hunger. He made me always want more, is also a curse of mine. It's a gift and a curse because I always want more. So that's what made me get the money and also lose the money. Because the reason I lost it was because I wasn't happy with getting to 160,000. I was trying to get to 1 million. So I lost all that money. I was a little depressed, but instead of feeling sorry for myself and crying about it, I really focused in and I dove into the gym really heavily. I always grew up fat kid, obese. I was 320 pounds when I was a junior in high school or junior in college. And then from that point on, I ended up losing 140 pounds. I got down to about 185 pounds. So I lost like 140 pounds. And that was pretty much after I had lost all the money. I didn't really have much going on after I lost the money. I didn't really have any businesses. I was just kind of living on the rest of the money that I had. And yeah, I just dove into the gym and I just focused my energy into that. And I got into the best shape of my life. So it was a gift and a curse, right? everything you gotta look for the ups and your downs. But yeah. So from there, I got into another business. Right before this, I started trying to build an AI agency. I was on YouTube looking up businesses. I came across AI, and I had partnered with a friend of mine I went to college with, and we were trying to get that off the ground, but that didn't really go anywhere. So at that point in time, I'm on YouTube a lot, and I kind of just stumbled across couch flipping. That's how I'm here now. And it's crazy because I was about to give up. I was about to go back to work and get a job. And me and my boy were actually just talking about this today about how I had called him. I'm like, yeah, bro, I think I'm about to call it quits, man. I'm about to just get a job. He like, bro, you crazy as hell. You is not getting a job, man. That's my man. He's the person who actually encouraged me to quit my job originally. And he's the one who just keep me focused. He helped me stay focused on what the ultimate mission is, which is to be self-sufficient and rich. I don't believe that I could get rich as hell working a job. You can get well off, but I don't think you can get rich as hell working a job. Some people can if certain positions, but I don't got 40 years to work my way up a corporate chain to get rich. I'm trying to get rich as soon as possible. So that's why I do what I do. I'm trying to build a business. I'm trying to sell my business. Then I'm trying to build more businesses and sell those businesses. And we just gonna keep doing that until we touch our M&Ms. That's the goal. So how did I get into couch flipping? Like I said, I was on YouTube. I discovered it. I started going in. I'm doing hella research. I'm like, okay, man, people making money like this, like flipping couches, like the same way y'all probably see me now telling y'all about it. That was how I was when I seen the videos. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like people making 500-600 off a couch. Like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna try it out. So I went and I rented a storage unit, right? It probably cost $200. And then I asked my boy who has a truck, I said, bro, let me borrow your truck for a day. I'm going to go pick up some couches. He said, cool. So he let me borrow his truck. I picked up 4 couches that day, filled up that storage unit, um, got all the supplies that I needed that I learned about through watching a bunch of different videos and just diving deep, and just started cleaning those couches, listed them for sale. Boom, a couple of them just sold. And my first flip was, I think I paid like 150 for a couch, and I sold it for like $300. I learned that that wasn't a great couch, but then I had, of those 4 other couches, I picked up one for, I think it was $60, and I sold it for 500. I picked up another one for 50, and I sold it for 500. And I picked up another one that was, it might have been free. I don't remember, but I sold it for like $400 or $500 as well. So off those 4 couches, I made close to 2,000, and yeah, the rest is history. I saw that um, this would work, and I dove into it fully. I went from that 10 by 20 storage unit. I got another one probably like 2 weeks later, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, how do I sell more couches? Well, I got to get more space. So I bought another unit. I filled those with couches. My boy, he had just came home from jail. So I had hired him, and he was helping me clean the couches at the time. So yeah, he was helping me clean the couches. And I mean, in the first probably month, I think I made probably 12 grand in sales. And that was like really not even knowing a lot. That was just me hustling, going at it every day. I started this business in New Jersey in January. I'm outside in the storage units. It's snowing, it's cold as hell. And I did 12K in sales in that first month. Over the next 6 months, I figured out what I had to do to scale it, and I ended up getting to about 20,000 in revenue while I was in those storage units, getting to it. I was moving anywhere from 30 to 40 couches a month. So then after that, opportunity came up. I found my warehouse, and yeah, ever since then, I've been in the warehouse and I've been operating in the warehouse. And through the grace of God, I now sell new furniture as well. I recently partnered with Ashley Furniture, and now I have a partnership with them, so I'm able to wholesale Ashley brand new furniture to my clients as well. So my goal over the next year is to build that side of my business and really focus on selling new furniture. So my whole goal now is to scale that side of my business and move from selling pre-owned furniture to pretty much exclusively selling brand new furniture, because selling pre-owned furniture is a lot more labor intensive and a lot more goes into it, and it's harder to remove myself from the business as opposed to just selling new furniture, because I don't have to worry about sourcing it, I don't have to worry about cleaning it, I don't have to worry about a lot of the problems that people are always talking about. Bed bugs, that's never been a problem for me, but it could be a problem, but it's never been a problem for me. But there's other problems that come with it, that you just wouldn't have buying new furniture. Pretty much, you order it from Ashley, they bring it to me, I deliver it to the customer. From there, I just have to build the marketing side of it, get more customers that want to buy Ashley furniture from me, and I sell more Ashley furniture. So that's my goal on how I will now remove myself from the business and really focus on building the business and working on the business instead of working in the business. Once I get a more steady flow of customers, I'll be able to just hire a delivery driver. They'll handle the deliveries, and then I'll just have someone who's in the warehouse who's accepting the orders, managing it, making sure all the things that we order are coming in, and then the delivery guy will handle the deliveries, handle the setups, and I can just be behind the scenes building the business, building the brand, working on content for you guys, and showing you guys how you can turn nothing into a lot. So this is my background, this is my story. um, if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave something in the comments. Ask me whatever. I'll make another video answering any questions you may have. And if I might have left anything out, you guys can ask about it and I'll make a video on it. But I want to say I appreciate all of you guys for subscribing to my channel. It's been a crazy blessing. That one video has already changed my life. I originally had posted it on Instagram, and I went from like 700 followers to like 5K on there. And then I just started on YouTube like last week, and I posted it onto YouTube. It's going even more crazy on YouTube. So shout out to you guys on YouTube. I'm trying to start getting this YouTube money. So if you guys could share this with somebody, watch this video, and help me get monetized on YouTube, I'd highly appreciate y'all. So this is Justin's The Plug. I appreciate y'all highly. Thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe.